So the last part, we have two people to honor today, two very important people. Some of you, really the parents are going to know them more than the children, but the two that we want to recognize today is Rich Rosen and Oakford Shallop. Now, for some of you, I'm just going to give a little bit of history behind them and introduce a couple people in a second. But Rich Rosen, I got to meet him in his later years. He'd be here, for those of you might remember, he was always in this red little Ford Ranger, and he would be mowing the lawns. And in fact, one year he mowed the lawns 38 times, right? The grass, the fields. And he was just an incredible volunteer. But as I grew to know him, he was actually an electrician. So he took care of all these lights. Whenever there was any electrical problem in the fields, way before I ever came onto the scene 20-some years ago, he was here fixing all the lights. He was a key part of building this concession stand. He was a member of Local 592 and 351 for 55 years. Besides his love for baseball, he was also on the Pittsgrove Zoning Committee, and he did a lot of work for Habitat for Humanity. But it was his love for baseball and actually softball that kept him around here. In his later years after he retired, he coordinated a regional softball league where every Sunday morning you'd come out and you would see groups playing softball, men's softball over there. And it was really on him. He made sure the fields were good, the bathrooms were open, everything was pristine. And we had years and years and years of not only his help on the baseball, but also with softball. He passed away 2 years ago, and he will be remembered. There's a sign out there in his memory, and we are so certainly appreciative of him and his family. When we speak of family, his own kids played baseball and he coaches baseball, but as his kids say, he was out in the baseball fields way before they ever got there. And with that said, I would like to recognize his son Dan, who will throw out the first pitch. We'll call him out in a second. Second person is Oakford Shallop. So for some of you parents who remember Shallop Mills, and he was there behind the counter there all the time. Oakford enjoyed playing baseball. He played for Bridgeton High and actually Gettysburg College, where he captained his team his senior year. While in college, he was scouted by the Pittsburgh Pirates and New York Yankees. In fact, he was named to the 1955 National Collegiate All-Star team. In college, he was a member of the ROTC. He was then commissioned as a second lieutenant in the U.S. Army upon graduation. Upon leaving the service, Oakford played in the Vineland Baseball League for Ace Glass and Pike Lanes teams. From 1976 to 1985, Oakford was on the Board of Trustees of Salem Community College and was a member of the Elmer Rotary Club. And really, he has a local record with the Rotary Club. They meet monthly, and he had a perfect attendance for over 60 years. And really, if you turn around and you look, the name of this field is Rotary Field. And that's after the contributions of Rotary, the Rotary Club in Elmer. They helped build this field, the first people to do it, and hence it was Oakford's doing in that respect as well. Oakford was a coach here. He was the league president here. He certainly enjoyed teaching young kids, coached his sons on their respective teams. Okie was on First National Bank, and Stevie here, Steve Shallop, was on Bostwick, which he manages today. Following in his family's interest in the Oddfellows Lodge, Oakford was a member of the Grotto Lodge 69, Independent Order of Oddfellows. He was a past Noble Grand. In addition, he was a member of the Deerfield Presbyterian Church. And today, we ask, it'll be Jacob Shallop, his grandson, throwing out the first pitch in his honor. With catching Jacob today will be Jackson Shallop. So we can have Dan Rosen and Jacob and Jackson please come out. Okay, we're going to have Dan Rosen throw out the first pitch in memory of his father, Rich Rosen.
Pitch.
It's like he never left that man. Very nice. Okay, Jacob, listen. Keep it slow, right? Don't hurt your brother. Attaboy, very good. Well, thank you so much. And once again, you know, it's our honor to be able to remember these two great men, and that should be inspirational not only for us as parents, but hopefully our kids one day are able to emulate those men and grow to be contributors like they were. With that said, play ball!